Hey there, welcome back to the channel. For all of you who are just starting out with coding, I got a great story today. It is the story of how I landed my first software engineering job. To give a bit of context, I enrolled in university in 2017 and I followed a computer science bachelor's degree. Since the first days of our semester, I was pretty lucky to befriend a very smart guy and we became close buddies. Besides the fact that this guy was intelligent, he was also pretty passionate about programming. I think he was coding since he was 6 years old. Compared to him, naturally I felt left behind. The only coding I did up to that point was in high school, and that was basic coding concepts like for loops in C++. But you see, this discrepancy was a blessing in disguise. I now had someone to look up to, motivate me and make me strive for understanding more complex notions and algorithms. By the end of our first semester, I remember everybody in my class was idealizing getting an internship at a FANG company. I think I realize now it's very stupid, but moving on. We were from Eastern Europe, and at that point in time we could land a job with these guys in Western Europe or even the US. But to get one of them you had to be good, like really good. You had to actually understand how code and different algorithms actually work. I remember applying to a bunch of companies. The dream one for me was Google, but of course they rejected me just by seeing my CV. However, I received a technical interview response from Bloomberg. The position was for a summer intern in London. When the interview ended, I felt like I did great, but it was not the case. Now, you may wonder why I talked about my smart friend in the beginning. Well, he managed to get a job as an intern at a small company from the Netherlands that also had some offices in our country. After 3 months, he was back and asked me if I didn't want a referral from him at that firm. Long story short, I agreed and they gave me an IQ test for the whole interview. I passed it and just like that, they were waiting for me to sign an offer. That offer was not that great, meaning the pay was very low, but I definitely had my first taste of the corporate IT world and how it is to work in an actual company with quite real code. Also, now I had some experience to write in my CV and my next job hunting was supposed to be much easier. That was not the case as I ended up searching for another entire year for my next position, but maybe I will come back to this in a later video where I will describe all the offers I received during my working years and my entire career path. After the internship ended, I received a full-time offer, but I had to decline it. I was still at uni and I didn't think I could manage them both without entering a deep burnout. Looking back, I think this was the right decision. The people there weren't that well organized and helping others didn't seem to be one of the company values. An important lesson I took from this story that might help you as well is that going to university for computer science is useful. Besides the fact that it will teach you how to code, I know it taught me, you network and become friends with other people in the industry that might recommend you to a good opportunity, or you might learn new things from one another. I never understood people that said uni is a scam for software engineers. I can definitely say that was not the case for me. Of course, this might depend on basic circumstances like how well you can learn things on your own and the tuition price. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Being from Eastern Europe, attending the computer science public university was free, but the exam to get into it was quite hard. I don't know if my opinion would still be the same if I lived in the US and I had to pay $100,000 for 1 year's tuition. Also, starting out slowly and applying to a lot of positions before finally securing one is perfectly normal when you are just starting out with coding. I personally applied to a few hundred roles before getting an offer. You just need endless patience. Sooner or later, someone will want to work with you and you will gain experience. Maybe I was lucky to land that internship after only going to uni for 1 year, or maybe you find it took me a while. Each and every one of us will have a different career speed and trajectory. My advice for you would be to keep applying, preparing for interviews with lead code questions and Q&As on your specific framework, programming language or area of expertise, all while also building up a portfolio to showcase your knowledge and skills. If you want to share the story of how you landed your first job as a programmer, feel free in the comment section below. Until next time, cheers and happy coding!